The high school volleyball season is almost nearing the halfway point, but that doesn't mean there's any less action to break down and preview. Brad Woznicki and Gretchen Brown are back in their usual spot to go above the net. Brad?
And thank you very much. My broadcast partner here today, fresh off a weekend of watching her daughter compete against her alma mater at Savage Arena. What were the emotions like in that match?
It was really great experience. My college teammates came in. I had one specially fly in from California just for that match. It was just a really good weekend. It was fun.
And keeping in touch with what happened this past weekend on the high school volleyball side, we had Tiffin Calvert versus St. Ursula, and that's a St. Ursula team that was down at the state Final Four last year, while Tiffin Calvert was a state runner-up in Division 4. Now Calvert's down in Division 7, and we'll get to divisions in a moment, but that matchup, another good match to see where those teams are at right now.
Especially at this point of the season, we're about to hit the halfway point, and that's exactly where you want to be battle-tested and see what you need to tweak in your lineups moving forward.
And for St. Ursula, when they came into that match, it was the first time they were playing with that lineup this season. We talk about those two teams, a lot has changed from a year ago.
A lot has changed, and like with every team, they have different personnels. They have to figure it out. No matter what works at the beginning of the season, it's at this middle point when people are starting to get tired or things need to be tweaked, and that's what you need to see.
And now we are still about a month away from the postseason, but we're always talking postseason, and there's going to be a lot to adjust to this year with now having 7 divisions. We're not going to see Anthony Wayne, Perrysburg, or St. Ursula in the same division. There's been years in the past where we say, who's going to advance, who's going to come out in Division 1? We don't have to ask that question this year.
We don't, and that could be a blessing and a curse, right, in the same breath. But I know the teams, we like to see our teams from this area make it out, so not to have to battle each other until it could really matter is a nice thing to see, actually.
Yeah, Perrysburg right now in Division 1 is currently in the top ranks in the coaches poll, while on the Division 2 side, we see Anthony Wayne ranked number 2 in D2, and Clay rounding out that Division 2 poll as number 7. For the Clay Eagles, we haven't talked a ton about them this season. We're going to see them a little bit more down the line here. Clay is right now 8-0, and there are some key players that help lead in that charge.
There are key players. You have Carrick, who's returning. You got Hayden Rodriguez running the setting position. Frankie, you have key positions. Emmy Getz, we were talking about off the air, is a pivotal role right now. She's a sophomore, and she's doing a nice job for Clay.
Looking ahead to the rest of this week, coming up, we've got Notre Dame and Central Catholic, 2 teams that are in need of a win coming into this week. And we're going to see on Saturday St. Joseph Academy versus Perrysburg at Perrysburg. This is another match where you say, I want to see this team throughout non-league play.
And like I said just a little bit ago, these are the types of matches you want to be playing at this point in the season. You're hitting the midway point, and like I said, you need to see what needs to be tweaked for your lineup when it comes down to tournament time.
And a big congratulations before we go any further goes out to Katie Paul on the Perrysburg side, now committed to Northern Illinois. She's going to play in the Mid-American Conference. Nice to get that off her shoulders.
It absolutely is. I'm blessed to have her on my club team in the off season, so I know how hard she works, so I love seeing these girls get rewarded.
All right, that'll do it for us this week on Above the Net. For now, back to you.